What did we do yesterday? Tyson.
We learned about integers.
Not integers. It's called integers. There we are. What I want you to do is on your guided notes, write me 3 different integers. Someone give me an integer. Maddie. 4. Good. Jason. 6. Maggie. -2. Owen. Not Owen. Brayden. 100. Lauren. 7. Patrick. 3. Sydney. -84. Lily.
-23.
-23. All right, I have one. Tell me if it's true or false.
True.
Okay, 0 is an integer. The definition for an integer is all positive whole numbers, their opposites, and 0. All right, here's another one for you. 1/3. No. Okay, 1/3 is not an integer. And that's what we're going to be doing today, is talking about what 1/3 is. Rylan, question.
So wouldn't 0 not be an integer because it's not to the right and it's not to the left? It's just in the middle.
Okay, the definition of an integer is all whole positive numbers and their opposites, including 0. Okay, so it includes it there. All right, one more quick question here for you, and that is, yes, we don't have a question for you. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Oh, I know what the question was. It is 2/3. Is this a positive or negative number? Don't say anything. Positive or negative? Put your head down. Close your eyes. Raise your hand if you think, yes, this is a positive number. Raise your hand if you think, no, it's not a positive number. It's a negative. Raise your hand if you're not sure. Okay, heads up. A number line. We have 0, 1, -1. Between what 2 numbers does 2/3 fall between? Ben? 1 and 0. It's going to fall in between here. It falls right there. So what is that number? Is it positive or is it negative, and why? Maggie?
Positive because it's to the right of the 0.
Exactly. It is positive because it's to the right of 0. Who has a negative integer? They can share that's in between 0 and -1.
But that's not an integer.
Not in, yeah, I'm sorry. Great. Nice job, Aiden. It's not an integer. Give me a number in between 0 and -1. Sydney? -3/4. Perfect. That is a negative number. Okay, last question, then we'll go to something new. 0. Raise your hand if you think it's positive. Raise your hand if you think it's negative. Raise your hand if it's neither. Yes. Perfect. Okay. 0 is either positive or negative. Question. Okay, what we are moving on to next is what is, this is weird. Okay. All right. Next is a rational number. The definition for a rational number is on the very top of your guided notes. It says rational number is any number that can be written as the fraction a over b when a is an integer And B is an integer, but it cannot be 0. All right, that is the definition of a rational number. That's a lot of algebra there because we have letters. Let's give some examples and go through it. 1/2. Do you think this is a rational number? Raise your hand if you think yes. Awesome. Someone tell me why. Rylan.
Because it's like the number is to the right of 0, and it has to be and can be 0.
Okay. Need a little more than that. Aiden.
Because the 1 is the A, which is an integer, and the B is 2, which is an integer.
Perfect. That's exactly right. We're looking at A, B. A rational number can be put into a fraction where the numerator, A, is an integer. Is 1 an integer? Yes. The denominator is B. And it has to be an integer but cannot be 0. So is 2 an integer?
Yes.
Is 2 0? No. So this is a rational number. Questions? Another example. What do we think? 4/5. Maddie.
It is a rational number because 4 is an integer.
Perfect. 4 is an integer, which is A. 5 is an integer, which is B. And it is an integer and not 0. Okay? What about is 8/3 a rational number? Give me thumbs up, thumbs down, if not sure, sideways. All right, let's look at the definition. Is A the numerator an integer? Is 8 an integer? Yes. Denominator B, is it an integer?
Yes.
Is it 0?
No.
So is this a rational number?
Yes.
Yes, it is. All right, what about I want you to find a partner and talk about whether you think 0 and 75 hundredths is a rational number. Hundredths, a rational number. Thumbs up, yes. Thumbs down, no. Not sure. All right, Brogan.
It is because if you convert it into a fraction, it's 75.
Perfect. Change all decimals, convert it into fractions. This is read 75 hundredths. So, is 75 an integer? Is 100 an integer? It's not 0. This is a rational number. What about 5? Give me thumbs up if yes. Thumbs down, no. Not sure, sideways. I have some people who are shouting out. Please speak to yourself unless I call on you. All right, we have a mixed deal. Is 5 an integer?
Yes.
Yes. Okay? Raise your hand if you think yes, this is a rational number. Warren, why do you think it's a rational number? Perfect. Write the whole number 5 as a fraction, which is equal to 5 over 1. 5 is an integer? 1 is an integer and it's not 0. So this is a rational number. So that means all integers are rational numbers. Not showing up. Questions? Brandon? All right, let's talk about -5. Or -1/2. What do we think? Yes, it's a rational number. No, it is not. Not sure. Okay, these both are rational numbers. We write -5 as -5 over 1. It doesn't matter where you put the negative sign. It could be 5 over -1. -1 over 2 or -1 over -2. Is 5 an integer? Is -1 an integer? It is a rational number. Right? So negatives are also a rational number, as long as they follow the A and B. Question? Sure? Okay. All right. I want to explain this part right here. B does not equal 0. I'm going to give you an example here. We have 12, 6, 0, 6, and 12 over 0. A fraction is just a division problem. Would you agree? Yeah. Okay. The first one, 12, 6, is 12 divided by 6, which is 2. Okay? A word problem that goes with that. You have 12 apples, and you split it evenly between 6 friends. How many apples does each person get? 2. Do we agree with that? Okay. Let's go to the next one. You have 0 apples, and you're splitting them equally between your 6 friends. How many apples does each person get? Maggie? 0. So 0, 6. What is the answer to 0, 6? Patrick? 0, 6 simplified is 0. So is 0, 6 a rational number? Is 0 an integer? Yes, 0 is an integer. Is 6 an integer? Yes. Is it 0? No. 0, 6 is a rational number, which 0, 6 simplifies to 0. So is 0 a rational number? Yeah. Okay. This B is not equal to 0. You have 12 apples, and you want to split it evenly between your 0 friends. You have no friends. Okay? How many apples does each friend get? 0. No, you have no friends. You don't give them anything. It is an error. So I need, Maggie, I'm going to type in 12 divided by 0. Maggie's going to make sure I do that. What does it give us? It's an error. You cannot divide by 0. Your divisor cannot be 0. Okay, so reason, and I say this again, as I tell you something kind, I'm telling you have no friends. I'm being kind of mean today. Alright, but this is why this b cannot equal 0 for rational numbers. Because it's not a number, it's an error. Do we understand that? Okay, I have one more example I want you to try. Is this 3 1/4 a rational number? Yeah, I see a lot of thumbs up. My next question, is this an integer? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Okay, let's start with an integer. Is this 3 1/4 on a number line up there? No, it's not a whole number. Integers, all positive whole numbers, their opposites and 0. Is this a whole number? 3 is, but that's not the whole number. It's 3 1/4. So this is not an integer, but it is a rational number. Someone tell me why. Max. Exactly. That is equal to 13/4. 13 is an integer, 4 is an integer. Questions? All right. On your paper, next to what is a rational number, I want you to write 5 different rational numbers. Zero. Is it just an integer? Is it just a rational number? Is it both? Or is it neither? You have 4 options. Which one do you think it is? Brogan, what do you think?
It's both because the definition of an integer is a whole number is opposite or and 0, including 0, sorry. And then it's a rational number fraction 0 is 1.
What do you think? That is correct. 0 is both because the definition of an integer includes 0, and we can write 0 as 0 over 1. Questions? All right, next one. Integer, rational number, neither or both. Tom, what do you think? Great. This is a rational number, not an integer. Right? It's not an integer because it's not a whole number. It's not a counting number. Right? How do we make this into a fraction? Hudson. This is 1/4. So how do we write it as a fraction number? Okay, so we have this as 25 over 100, but it's not the whole thing. We have 2 in 2500s. Still not a fraction, it's a mixed number. Max? Lily?
Do I tell the?
Yep.
Okay. 225
There you go. Last one for you. Is this a fraction or not fraction? Yes, this is. Is this a rational number? Is this an integer? Is this neither? Or is it both? Hudson. Perfect. This is neither an integer or a mix. It's a Friday. It's long. Okay, I'm losing it here. This is neither an integer. Okay, it's not a counting number. And it's not a rational number because there's 0 as b. Any questions? Someone give me, or on your paper, go ahead and write life situations that represent either an integer or a rational number. Hence, yesterday in the guided notes, we had the football player, the football team, a loss of 6 yards. What's the integer that goes with that? Parker? -6. So you're coming up with like the football player lost 6 yards. Please do not be boring. Be creative. Don't do the football player gained 6 yards, the football player lost 2 yards. That's boring. Come up with something unique, something different. You can find a partner and do this. It has to be someone new though. Go. 2 words here, withdrawal and deposit. This relates back to you going to the bank and dealing with money. It's probably the 2 hardest things that we always use to represent integers and rational numbers. So can someone tell me what withdrawal means at the bank? Macy. Good, you're taking money out. So you go to an ATM, you can withdraw $20. You could go to Kroger and withdraw $75 to pay for your groceries. Is a withdrawal going to be a positive or a negative integer or rational number? Josiah. It's going to be a negative. People think this is a positive because when you go to the ATM and you take money out, you now have the money in your pocket, right? When we talk about withdrawal, deposit, and money, we are going to base it off your bank account, your online account, how much money you have in your savings, your deposit, whatever it is. If you withdraw, take it out of that, your savings account online is going to go down. Okay? A withdrawal is taking money out. So it's a negative amount. What does deposit mean? Maggie? Good, putting money in your bank account. You could go to the bank and say, I have $200. I'm going to put this in my checking or savings account. Your checking or savings account is going to go up. Right? You can deposit your paycheck into your account. Your account's going to go up. That is an increase. Okay? Make sure you do your homework over the weekend. Do something kind. On Monday, we'll talk about what kind thing you did. You're going to get packed up. You need to get instruments and kids.